Brose party, 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 Brose party, 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 Brose, 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 Brose.
Okay, well, welcome back to Brose.
Welcome back to Brose episode 2, actually.
Well, yeah, I guess
We're new
after
at
the
this,
introduction,
so we're
but
just going to keep going as we're going.
I feel like this is going to be a work in progress, but we've brought a topic to you all that we're going to get into in just a second. But first, before we do, I just want to ask my friend Chris here. We haven't caught up. We got here. We started working. What'd you do this weekend? What'd you guys do?
Actually, we had it was a holiday weekend. We had our family friends in town from Canada, who included my godson. So we did a lot of stuff. Actually, we went out and played soccer. We enjoyed ourselves. We spent some time with them, of course. Unfortunately, you were gone, so you didn't get to see them, but that's okay.
Yeah, you guys went on a trip without us, and we're a little sad about it, but I have a feeling we might be having another one of those coming up soon.
We'll make that up to you.
Yes,
I'm sure
yeah.
that's what's going
we this past weekend we actually spent some time with family. It was a holiday weekend, but we got back in town on Saturday, and we went to a party. And I don't know if I told you all about it yet. I think I might have mentioned it, but it was a friend of ours' birthday, and we showed up, and it was a cocktail party, and we were having a wonderful time with our friends that we know. And all of a sudden, we sat around a piano, and people started singing, and Anna Gasteyer from SNL was there.
That's super awesome.
I know, it was
That's
crazy.
So cool.
It was insane because we had no idea. We weren't expecting it, and it was she played Elphaba in Wicked, which I wasn't aware of. So she started singing some Wicked songs, which is very timely since the new movie came out recently.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. So
and in all honesty, I've never been to a party where people sing around a piano.
Exactly. it was new to me. I think maybe one other one, but yeah, it was definitely a different experience. So other thing we did recently, and I just want to bring this up because it kind of goes on our topic. You and I went and played golf recently.
We sure did.
And I am not a good golfer. I started playing a couple years ago. I play very, very infrequently.
And I hope you would start to play more now.
I mean, I had so much fun. So the first time I ever had fun playing golf was my dad and I went a couple of weeks, maybe a month ago or so, and I felt relaxed. And the reason I don't like playing golf is because I get nervous that the other person's going to judge me.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm not a great golfer, as you saw, but I was always told from when I started golfing, like, once you don't enjoy it, don't play anymore.
And I actually really enjoyed playing with you because you were not a bad golfer. You were a good golfer. You were giving me a lot of good pointers. But it was more just the relaxation of it. You and I talking. We were talking about this actually.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful day outside. The grass was green. It was gorgeous. The views were great. We could see the mountain in the distance.
It was a beautiful golf course, which always helps too. That's
yes.
Not a bad situation.
So yeah, I mean, that kind of leads us into what I feel like we should talk about today, which is just sports in general. Because, as a gay man, I did play sports kind of growing up. I was really bad. I played baseball mainly so I can get out of school and go on trips. And I in a jokingly way, refer to all of sports as sports ball because a lot of times it goes over my head and I don't know like what the hell is going on. But it's something that we all kind of, as a culture,
Fair enough. But as long as I've known you, I mean, you seem to be pretty educated. It's not like you're a sports fanatic. You're not into like a certain sport more than any other sport, but I feel like you've educated yourself as an adult, in a sense.
Yeah,
right.
I have. I mean, I feel like I can make my way around any sort of sporting event, either live or on TV when I'm watching with family or friends. But on the whole, I know a lot of my gay friends they're not drawn to it unless there's a catch, and that catch is something that they find attractive.
Right, fair enough.
diving is one of the gay men's favorite sport at the Olympics because
Speedos.
it's a
And it's not
It's a
water
winning point.
polo because you get to see them in the Speedos.
Exactly.
Water polo, you're underneath.
water polo is boring.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to see like a chest every once in a while, but it's okay. You know, the should we just stop right now or no?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
You probably killed it.
No,
sure
it's
the
totally
fan.
it's totally okay.
It's so loud
But-
though.
But this is a good. This is what we're doing is good. We're testing this out.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
it's just probably still running.
It's still running.
So we'll just edit this part out. But I mean, we can just go back into it. I don't know how we're going to go back into it.
What did we?
Oh, it's the Speedos.
Yeah.
It's still recording.
We just kind of stopped.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, they were.
What was the last thing that we talked about? Yeah, so I mean, the idea is it's kind of the same as polo, except water polo.
Well, I think we should start off before that. So, because we.
You want to go to the diving? Yeah, go back to the diving.
So, in gay culture, we don't typically, in general, get drawn to individual sports. I mean, and I say that as a generalization, like with the people that I know around me, I feel like it's much more of a straight thing to do is to watch football with your friends, watch NBA with your friends, unless there's a catch, and that catch would be, let's say diving, for instance. Speedos draw gay men to watch the Olympics, and I feel like, and Speedos.
But realistically, you couldn't tell a 9.2 dive to a 9.5 dive.
I can tell when there's not a splash. I can say
That's fair.
there was no splash,
Okay.
but
Yeah. It was good, but it wasn't.
Am I an expert at it? No.
No.
Is it fun to watch? Is it beautiful? Yes, it's beautiful. Both just the acrobatics of it, but also, the hanger of the Speedo is something that we like to watch. So I think that's a good topic to bring up because we have different perspectives on this. Tell me about your relationship with sports.
Well, one of those things that I'd like to bring up before was a little story that your husband brought up.
Oh, shoot.
He
Okay.
thought maybe it was a good thing for me to ask you is what is ice kicking?
Okay, so I guess we're going into hockey.
We're going to get there.
We'll get there, but I love to go to our local hockey team games. We have the Coachella Valley Firebirds,
Yep.
And we go regularly. We don't have season tickets, but on the random Friday or Saturday that we're free, we'll go and buy our tickets last minute, which I'll get into is kind of our MO. But I feed off the energy of people around me. So people scream and they're like, "Oh, that was that was bad. That was good." I know when a goal is a goal, but I don't know when offsides. I don't know any of this stuff.
Right.
I know when punches are being thrown, but I heard people screaming around me what I thought was ice kicking, and I started screaming at the ref, "That's ice kicking!" And my husband started laughing because he said, "Babe, it's high sticking."
There we go.
So
There we go. Yeah,
back to me not
the actual
knowing
penalty.
Yeah, me not knowing what's going on, but kind of being, it's a camaraderie. I feel like sports are about camaraderie.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to ask you, and that kind of going back to hockey. Tell me about your relationship
So
with sports.
I grew up playing soccer. I grew up playing hockey, and to be honest, it's one of those things that I think it makes and builds really great character for people. Like you learn how to be a teammate, you learn how to stick up for your teammates, you learn how to become a family on and off the field and or the ice, however you want to look at it. And that's something that I've really tried to instill in my kids.
I mean, they both play soccer.
They do both.
They
play
both
soccer,
are really
yeah.
good at
They
soccer.
are both very good at soccer.
And we went and saw a soccer game not too long ago, and we're very impressed with how they played. So I guess, the kind of a caveat on that is you mentioned like team sports and how that changes, how that can instill certain aspects.
You would hope that it would instill
that's
these
true.
aspects.
And I, funny enough, was drawn to individual sports. And I think it's because I was trying to hide my either disdain or my lack of success in certain sports, such as basketball. I'm terrible at it. My husband, he is a badass,
Very good.
really good,
Very,
which
very
I think
good.
is the strangest thing for a gay man to be like really good at basketball and like dunking on people, and loves NBA. I will watch it. I love going to NBA games. I find it not as interesting watching them on TV, just personally.
And again, it's about that camaraderie and the fact that your husband loves it. You also want to be more involved in it. if that makes
With
sense.
him. That is true.
With
And-
him, yeah.
But I think you're right. It's the energy, like the energy of people around me kind of feeling like we're rooting for a team, because we'll go to the Lakers games and we'll go to LA for a night or a weekend, and we won't have tickets to the game. And for me, part of the fun in it is trying to buy tickets last minute.
Like, yeah.
And not scalpers, like waiting to see on Ticketmaster or whatever when people are trying to offload their tickets for a cheap price. We got second row center for a couple $100 a seat, which is insane for an LA Lakers game.
I was going to say that's probably like $1,000 ticket.
Exactly.
At least.
And it was 5 minutes before tip off. So we went and rooting for the Lakers, having our jerseys on, eating popcorn and a hot dog and just having fun.
Yeah.
I think it was right when Luca had joined, and so we were hoping he was going to play, but he didn't. And that was Jonathan's excitement about it. But so yeah, that's kind of my relationship with certain sports is the camaraderie, but from a fan perspective.
Right.
I liked tennis growing up. I was good at it. I was a gymnast.
It doesn't surprise me.
I was not a cheerleader. I was a gymnast. And I would do that all throughout high school and even through college. I went to college. I started taking like gymnastics as an elective. And the coach actually asked me if I wanted to join the team, like step on. Yeah. Did I not tell you that? I've never told you this. So he asked me if I wanted to step on because I was decent enough at it. I think I still had a lot of training I needed to do. But then they told me it was like 4 to 5 hours of practice a day. And I wanted to go to medical school. So I had a lot of studying I needed to get done. So I didn't feel like I was all in. I also liked to have fun.
But do you feel like you missed an opportunity? Because that's what it really comes down to afterwards, right? I mean, again, you're a doctor now. Would you have been a professional gymnast? No. Would you be in the best shape of your life? Absolutely.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
4 hours of training a day would
Med
do that
school
to you.
made me really unhealthy. I was I was like 6 sizes bigger than I am now because all I did was eat and stress. So maybe I would have kept a good physique and been healthier. But I mean, I would have liked the challenge, I think. Now, looking back on it, I think I would have liked the challenge. But
And this is at what school again? You were going to be a gymnast at what school?
I went to Stanford for undergrad.
And that was where they offered you a gym.
They didn't. It wasn't like on paper. He said, like, "What are your thoughts on joining? You'd have to come practice with a team." It was a good. It felt good, but I just decided to do other things like drama, dance. I was a yell leader. Again, not a cheerleader. Not that cheerleaders are bad, but it's a very different thing. In college,
is a yell leader?
So at Stanford, yell leaders are part of the band, and basically we are like we're the hype man. We dress in all red, like these jumpsuits. We carry a flag, and go to every sporting event, and we just try to pump the crowd up. We don't do like specific cheers. It's more of like a
like you said, like a hype man.
Yeah,
like
trying to get people excited. Yeah. And it was cool. It was great.
Again, I did not know that you did that.
So that's like my relationship with sports. Now, what I love to do is I love to play pickleball. I mean, pickleball is the rage right now.
I keep hearing that.
It is
not played, and everybody around me, apparently at our age, it's like the newest thing in the world.
It is. And by newest thing, I mean it's a couple of years old. I feel like I got into it late. There's a lot of people that are really good that I play with. But we play, every weekend together with this group of guys. And Jonathan and I, we joined a gay pickleball league. That's how we actually started playing. And it was so competitive that I didn't like playing in that realm. I just like playing for fun. It was so competitive, but we won. We got the gold. we got the gold crown. We came
Like
away
for
with,
the week or
with-
for the year?
No, we the entire season. We were the beginners. We were like there's beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and we were in the beginner section. But we had never played before. But we did really well.
So how does that relate to tennis, though? If you were really good at tennis, and Jonathan is very athletic,
and he is, and he's really good at tennis. It's comparable, but it's different because the ball is it's a wiffle ball, so it bounces differently. The paddle's different. It's kind of like a cross between tennis and ping pong on a small court, but it's fun. So,
but the mechanics behind it,
it's similar.
similar to tennis.
Yeah.
I would assume.
So there's that. I wanted to bring up stuff like football, soccer. We've shown interest. I mean, next year the World Cup is coming here.
Yeah,
and it's a huge thing.
Massive.
Everybody's trying to get tickets. They're incredibly expensive. They're going to be everywhere. LA. My brother-in-law just mentioned he's looking at renting a house in Guadalajara and going to a game there because I think the tickets might be cheaper, or I don't know, maybe just
easily accessible,
or more easily accessible. I don't know. There's something about it that's drawing him to go there. And I said, hey, if you guys get tickets, we would love to come. Of course, Jonathan and I would be the token gay guys going to a soccer game where, again, I do not know offsides. I know when a goal is made.
But again, since we've met each other, I think your interest in soccer has become not only just things like Ted Lasso.
Oh my God, Ted
Right?
Lasso. That's kind of how we got started. Jonathan and I didn't know anything about soccer, but Ted Lasso like roped us in because it's such a funny story.
And he's in the same boat as you. Like, I don't know anything about football,
Yeah, football.
but he's like, I'm an American football coach.
And that's true. That is the story.
It's this whole storyline.
Yeah.
So if you follow him as a person who doesn't understand the game of soccer,
I
you
am
learn
Ted Lasso.
throughout the way.
Yeah.
You are Ted Lasso.
I am Ted Lasso. So, and hopefully another season's coming out. We'll see. But so your boys play. They're really good. They're very competitive.
Very.
And we love watching them play. But also, like when I think it was, what was going on? Was it last summer? It wasn't the World Cup because that's coming up.
It was the FIFA Club World Cup.
FIFA Club, and we were all watching it together. And I remember even when we weren't together as a group, we were texting about it because
No, that was the Euro Cup.
the Euro Cup. Okay,
And then you sent pictures of you and Jonathan in your Spain jerseys. Remember?
that's right.
That's right.
And then Jonathan and I got the experience of being able to be on the pitch.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I totally forgot about that until just now. So my husband and I, one of my colleagues and friends asked if I wanted to come during it's a CONCACAF tournament,
Gold Cup.
Gold Cup,
CONCACAF Gold Cup.
that occurred at the SoFi Stadium.
SoFi, right?
And they asked if I could be the doctor for one of the teams, kind of like if there was an emergency. I'm an ER doc. And I was working alongside a sports medicine doc, and it was amazing. But we didn't know these people. And I remember Jonathan, who was the player that Jonathan tried to get a signature from that your boys love? I think he plays for Canada.
Yeah, Alphonso Davies.
Oh, Davies. See, again, I don't know any of this stuff.
Yeah.
He walked up to him and asked for a signature. He had a Sharpie with him, but he didn't have anything to sign. So we wanted him to sign his Jordan shoe. And he was walking, like, because we were on the pitch, and it was after the game, and they had just won. And he was like, "Man, it's too much." So he just kept on walking. It was so embarrassing, but it was awesome. It was a great experience. So
It's sports can either bring the world together or
that's true.
separate people.
Yeah.
I mean, you're from Texas. You're either a Cowboys fan, I would assume,
Yeah.
or a Cowboys fan.
Or a Cowboys fan, and I grew up a Cowboys fan until I went to med school and residency in Houston, and I became a Texans fan for a hot second, only because we could go to the games. But
Okay, so just to clarify, if you're a sports fanatic, you can't flop.
I
like
know,
that.
but I do.
I
I actually
get that.
flopped mid-game.
I'm just giving you my personal advice. Is just
I
take
know,
one and,
but-
and run with
But
it.
sometimes you'd think that I want to go for the winning team, but I like an underdog. So
That's fair.
say like
So you're a good Dallas. So
I'm
you're
a
Dallas
great
fan.
Cowboys
They're
fan
always
because they're always the underdog. They've won a couple of times this season. The last two games, I think they won.
Yeah.
And I know that only because of my fantasy football league. So I joined a fantasy football league when a friend of mine here locally, he asked me if I wanted to join. And I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I joined, and it was, I think this was in 2017. So it's been a while. But I, I was choosing the team that I wanted based off of who I thought was attractive. And so for 2 years, I just got my ass handed to me. It was awful. But then the third year, I decided to take it to the lab, and I started like researching things and
like actually finding out who plays football.
Yeah,
not just the good-looking
and
ones.
who's good. But
Consistently good.
But I just use like these websites that tell me who's good and who's like good for the week. So like, do I know anything about them? No. For a couple of years, I watched a lot of games. This past 2 years, I've watched very minimal.
How are you doing in your fantasy football league?
So in my bracket, I'm number 1.
Perfect.
Which is great. But it's so weird. It feels kind of like I'm cheating the system.
Manipulating the system?
Yes.
Because you've been
but it's
so
statistics. I'm just good at statistics.
You're really, really smart.
I'm good at math.
Yeah.
And maybe forecasting. And also there's some attractiveness too. Like I still
Who's the attractive guy you have on your
Well,
list?
I can't put Nick Bosa on my team because he's defense. I could put like the San Francisco Giants as my defense, but I would want that one player.
San Francisco 49ers.
Oh,
Giants is baseball.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
See?
It's okay.
I'm awful. But Christian McCaffrey. He went to Stanford.
Okay.
He's an attractive guy.
And he went to Stanford.
Yeah.
So he's like literally your golden boy.
He's my goal boy. So he's always on my team when he's playing. So
that's fair. So he didn't go very far from going from college to pro.
No,
he went down the street.
Down the street.
Good for him.
Good for him. Just so speaking, I just gave you who I felt was attractive for my NFL, fantasy team. What sport would you say has the most attractive players?
Male and female?
Well, let's start off with female, and we'll ease our way in.
Well, that is a tough question. I've never thought about that before. In all honesty, I've never thought about it. But I would have to say, what's that? Oof. I would definitely say soccer.
Soccer.
I would also say that for the men.
So actually, I would too. So soccer or tennis would be for the men.
I would go with tennis for women as well.
And I feel like it's because like bodies are proportional. I feel like there's like the swagger. I love Carlos Alcaraz. I think he's the cutest. And it's not just like him. It's also like his persona.
But it's also that European persona, which a lot of tennis players are European, a lot of soccer players are European. Male and female.
Maybe I'm just attracted to Europeans.
No, they have a different way of life, right? Like they don't go to the grocery store in pajamas. When they go out of the house, they're presentable, the way they look, their hair is done, everything is just very different.
Go to the grocery store in pajamas?
I certainly do not. And I would definitely not ever do that in my life. Never.
Define pajama. Are sweats pajamas?
Well, my pajamas. I don't wear pajamas, but
so you don't go in pajamas only because you don't go nude.
No, just underwear. But like, it's almost like the younger generation now. They think pajamas is like an actual outfit.
Like recently on the news, someone said someone in the government is trying to outlaw pajamas on airplanes. Did you hear that?
No, but if I could vote for it, I would vote for it.
Fully support that. Wear something comfortable. But for me, comfortable is jeans,
That's the same with me too.
And like a hoodie. School, yeah.
But I feel the same way about
the grocery store.
Crocs.
Oh, I hate Crocs.
Okay, good.
Some of the nurses love Crocs. They can't wear them because they've got holes in them, but they wear something very similar I think they're called Danskos, and I think that
Danskos are different.
I think
they make the same ones they're like the clogs, right? I know, but those are chef shoes. Those are chef shoes, and that's
no.
I have a pair of those.
Oh well, you just said you didn't like Crocs.
Fashion with me.
To me, it is.
But they're actual clogs, like leather clogs.
Okay, well, to each his own. I feel like this is a good a good ending point is our disdain for certain clothing items, but
Absolutely.
yet you wearing them, and maybe our next topic will be fashion or something like that. But to our audience, who we're talking to, and well, we're talking to each other.
To each other as well as you.
We want you to comment things you want us to talk about. Hopefully, you found this entertaining.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I found it entertaining.
I did. I learned a lot about you. I learned a lot about things I had not told you about. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of that in this podcast.
And if you stay tuned, like and subscribe, share it with some people who you think might enjoy this. We may possibly get a whole entire gymnast routine from Cullen himself.
I mean,
it's possible. I mean, I'm not.
I'll do a standing
anything,
back tuck. You never know.
All
right.
He'll yell. Yell. You were a yeller.
A yell leader.
Yell leader. He'll be a yell
Yes.
leader.
All right. Well, signing off. This is Cullen.
And this is Chris.
Brose body, 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 Brose body, 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 body.